Welcome to Own Your Words. Relation. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Relation. Relation. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. Relations between people, groups, or countries or contacts between them and the way in which they behave towards each other. 2. Relation is a word that can describe a connection between relatives or any two entities. 3. The connection, similarity between two things. Examples. 1. He wondered exactly where the waterway gateway was, in relation to his apartment. 2. This will also enable clarity in relation to ongoing care and treatment of this patient. 3. The incident sparked international outrage, and was a public relations disaster for the carrier. 4. The precise link between society and organization is found in relations of production. 5. Relations showed signs of stabilization, as I traveled to San Francisco to meet with Biden. 6. Every element lived in harmonious relation with its neighbor, and all was kith and kin. 7. An accountant would never again be painted in a relation of superiority to a nobleman. 8. Were relations between you and the late Mrs. De Winter perfectly happy? He asked. 9. Our talk was restricted to the petty relations, which formed the core of life for us. 10. I wished I had a map so that I could place myself in relation to Puerto Rico. 11. A brass name tag attached to her blazer had her name, and the words VIP guest relations. 12. After Castro took power in 1959, the U.S. broke off diplomatic relations with Cuba. Relationship. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Relationship. Relationship. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. When you are in a relationship, you are emotionally involved, or at least connected in some way. 2. The relationship between two people, or groups is the way in which they feel and behave towards each other. 3. A relationship is a connection between two people, especially one involving romantic or sexual feelings. 4. The relationship between two things is the way in which they are connected. Examples. 1. Her relationship isn't good with her father, but she's very close to her mother. 2. The judge asked the witness what the relationship was between her and the victim. 3. We have established long-lasting business relationships with a wide range of clients. 4. 17 years investment in a relationship, and what do I have at the end? She wondered. 5. As soon as she felt secure in a relationship, she began to feel restless and uneasy. 6. Second, it is argued that threes have a very loose relationship to the facts. 7. But the relationship between the frequencies of a harmonic series is always the same. 8. She placed duty squarely in the middle of their relationship, he tried to think of a way out. 9. It is hard, even now, to describe my relationship to Caroline in those days. 10. His dad's relationship with Luna has always been like that, grown-up talk. 11. Senator Truba's relationship with the rest of his family only worsened with time. 12. He deliberately made use of the friendly relationship that he had with Brother Fabian. Revolution. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Revolution. Revolution. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. A revolution is a successful attempt, by a large group of people, to change the political system of their country by force. 2. A revolution in a particular area of human activity is an important change in that area. 3. When development in an industry changes everything drastically, call it a revolution. Examples. 1. Since her husband's death, Celia has devoted herself completely to the revolution. 2. Securing a revolution has proven to be a much more daunting assignment than winning one. 3. The 19th century witnessed a revolution in ship design and propulsion. 4. There is a quiet revolution underway in the way we produce and consume energy. 5. Some musicians are embracing the AI revolution despite such issues. 6. But the Sullivan speech institutionalized the revolution that Biden had set in motion. 7. And when the revolution comes, I'm coming to get you personally, he warned. 8. They're afraid this whole thing may turn into a revolution, David replied. 9. Once the revolution began in earnest in Henco, it was impossible to ignore it. 10. But you don't seem to know what it takes to make a revolution, I explained. 11. Most of them are illiterate farmers and peasants who supported the revolution. 12. We ought to have sided with France back in 1889 when their revolution started. Satisfaction. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Satisfaction. Satisfaction. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. Satisfaction is the act of fulfilling a need, desire, or appetite, or the feeling gained from such fulfillment. 2. Satisfaction is the pleasure that you feel when you do something, or get something that you wanted, or needed to do or get. 3. If you get satisfaction from someone, you get money or an apology from them because you have been treated badly. 4. A pleasant feeling that you get when you receive something you wanted, or when you have done something you wanted to do. 5. A situation in which your complaint, or problem is dealt with in a way you consider acceptable. Examples. 1. He derived great satisfaction from knowing his son had followed in his footsteps. 2. She sighed a sigh of ineffable satisfaction, as if her cup of happiness were now full. 3. The writer gained satisfaction from knowing that the reader is satisfied, and vice versa. 4. To my satisfaction, he followed the same routine he'd used on the previous Wednesday. 5. She had the satisfaction of knowing that she'd done everything she could. 6. The finance minister's fall from grace gave the tabloid press great satisfaction. 7. In our job, we have the satisfaction of knowing we are making a difference. 8. Although I loved her, I did not want to give her the satisfaction of rejecting me. 9. With a faint feeling of satisfaction, Winston laid the fourth message aside. 10. To survive in prison, one must develop ways to take satisfaction in one's daily life. 11. Ready now, she said with satisfaction, wiping her streaming eyes with a corner of her sari. 12. Moreover, there would be no satisfaction in waiting at the bus stop with Rosie. Selection. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Selection. Selection. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. Selection is the act of selecting one, or more people or things from a group. 2. A choice or range of different types of something. 3. A selection can also be a range and variety of something from which to choose. 4. People or things is a set of them that have been selected from a larger group. 5. The selection of goods in a shop is the particular range of goods that it has available and from which you can choose what you want. Examples. 1. Dr. Sullivan's selection to head the Department of Health was greeted with satisfaction. 2. It offers the widest selection of antiques of every description in a one-day market. 3. His selections were to be announced the following month on his return visit. 4. Most schools would have a good selection of these books in their libraries. 5. You will be expected to assist the editor with the selection of illustrations for the book. 6. The selection of Jobson as chairman has caused controversy amongst board members. 7. This would multiply the effectiveness of either natural or artificial selection. 8. We have a selection panel, and we would take soundings from the leader of the team. 9. It is the juggling act of selection that England have failed to balance for 5 years. 10. In August, Dad called to go over my course selection for the fall semester. 11. Natural selection was not operating on organisms but on their units of heredity. 12. In a convent of thousands of sun maidens, such a selection was the greatest of honors. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Meanings and examples are available in video description.